Welcome to my Fire Starter MASTERCRAFT Bundle review. Here is the Helm of Darkness Ultra Blueprint, and this gives me Soul Calibur vibes. This skin is sick. The mags, the stones hanging off of it, the blade underneath the handle and at the end, and it shoots fire when you shoot it. The scope, it's amazing. Just look at it. Look at it some more and tell me it's not amazing. And here we have the blacksmith, which has to compete against that, but does a really good job. This is a blueprint, a legendary blueprint for the SVT. Solid design. Really love the barrel effect and the scope as it's being smelted. I love the name blacksmith and the theme it's going for. Also solid. Not as cool, but pretty solid. And we get one more blueprint, the Skull Thump legendary blueprint. It's a riot shield. You're just going to use it to wear on your back, but other than that, I mean, it's a cool design. Too bad it doesn't look good with mastery camos. Here we have the rest of the bundle. Here's the Absinthe watch, legendary. Doesn't feel legendary. None of these watches feel legendary to me. Looks cool though. I'll give it that. Here's the Uncontrolled Burn calling card. Good calling card. Goes well with the theme. Lots of fire. Speaking of fire, here we have the Flame Controller calling card, which I think is better than the other one. But let's be honest, you're not going to buy this bundle for the calling cards. Last but not least, we have the Fireball emblem. It's decent, but really, the showstoppers are the STG and the SVT. Alright, now time to talk about the bundle and what I think. First of all, I think it's really cool. The tracers do work in this bundle. I know some of the bundles it's not worked. I know they fixed the MP40 bundle, the Blue Thunder. I think the Diesel Rage ones are still broken, but these one work. And here I can display to you guys how they look like when you fire them. I will say both of these blueprints come with incendiary ammo types, and I did test this without the incendiary ammo type and it still works as promised, so that's pretty cool. I always just kind of keep the incendiary ammo type just to keep with the theme. There's a cool effect with the bundle. After you kill people with the Helm of Darkness, their body is on fire as they lay on the ground. It's a super cool design. I know the last Ultra Masterclass weapon for the Type 100 had a neat melee animation. This one has a neat death animation. Now let's talk about the weapon class build, the blueprint. I think it's pretty good. It's not like a awesome STG build, which is unfortunate because you can't really switch things up with this class, because I mean, if you do, you're really gonna lose the aesthetics of the gun. One thing I did note though, the bayonet attachment, the underbarrel, is integrated into the design, so you can actually add an underbarrel and it's seamless, so you really won't lose any of the design. So you can change the underbarrel, but I actually kind of like the bayonet with reach because, well, it's actually a really strong tool to have on the battlefield. That being said, I could see myself adding an underbarrel for recoil control because this one just isn't as accurate as other STG builds. Don't get me wrong, it's really accurate, right, considering what it's doing, but that barrel that they've chosen for it, it really punishes you for that initial accuracy and recoil, and that's why I opt for the stippled grip. There's only a few things you can change here, right? The stippled grip, proficiency, kit, and the optic. Anything else, you're really losing how the gun looks. Oh, and the muzzle, of course. But I think the muzzle is fine. I think the scythe compensator is fine. You could add a silencer, of course. What I've chosen is what I'm going to put on the screen right now is I really like the iron sights, the default iron sights of this gun, and honestly all I've changed is the stippled grip and the proficiency. I'd much rather have sleight of hand, especially if I'm doing the Russian short 20 round magazine. It sucks that I really don't like the 3.5 optic sight because I think it's such a cool design, the hand coming and grabbing the scope. It's just not my favorite sight. There's just too much view kick for me to ever enjoy it, so I'm just glad that the default iron sights look really nice, and if not, you could always just throw a slate reflector or whatever your preferred optic is. Other than that, I mean, this gun is great. It's not like an amazing build, but it's super fun to use, and I really like the animation that comes from it, the flames that are spinning out, the tracer rounds, the dead bodies that are burning on the floor as you lay waste to the battlefield. Nice flavor. One surprise thing about this bundle is the SVT build, the SVT Legendary Blueprint. I thought I was going to hate it, but I didn't hate it. Usually any SVT build that doesn't have the one-shot hit kill barrel, I just kind of don't like, but this build kind of was fun. The precision barrel isn't as bad as I thought. I will say the rounds that they give you, or I should say the magazine that they give you, the Sakura 15 round mag, isn't that great because you don't get a one-shot hit kill to the head. I usually change that, or I'm sorry, the 10 round mag. I usually change that to the 15 round mag. And I'm going to put that on the screen right now. Once I change that, this gun becomes extremely fun to use. It's kind of like a better M1 Grand. I've leveled the M1 Grand and it was painful to 70. And this felt like what the M1 Grand should have felt like, except it's more consistent because we have Vital here. That being said, you could change the magazine up and have this gun look the way it looks. It's unfortunately you can't switch the barrel because the barrel's the coolest part about this gun. If you switch the barrel to the one-shot hit kill barrel, you lose a lot of the aesthetics. You could change the optic and you don't lose that much of the aesthetics, but I kind of like keeping that optic there. Other than that, it's a pretty fun build. Obviously not the best build. Don't expect to go super positive with this, but you can have some fun with it. And last but not least, we'll shortly talk about the riot shield. I mean, it's a riot shield. I'm never unironically going to use it as primary and try to kill somebody. It's mainly to protect my backside, and well, if it has a design, it has a design, and I think it looks pretty cool. The only downside, at the end of the video, you guys will see when you put mastery camos on it, you don't really see a difference at all. It just looks like a regular riot shield, and that's kind of disappointing. Overall, if I had to rate the Fire Starter MASTERCRAFT Bundle from 0 to 10, 5 being average, I would just go 7. 8 for me is like a must buy. A 7 is just good, but honestly, while it looks really cool, like the STG looks amazing, I actually really like the SVT build here too. And thematically, it's doing awesome things and it's got tracer rounds, but it's not something I would play with all the time, and I really had to take that into consideration. Overall, I'm really happy with my purchase, but I'm gonna have to stay with the 7 out of 10. Anyway, I'm going to now show all the weapons with their mastery camera right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Kelvin's out.